Now, they say you want to spend at least as much money on your scope as you do your rifle setup, and that's absolutely true. You will never regret a good scope. However, you don't have to have a different scope for each rifle you own. In fact, my preference is to get one good high-end scope, make sure that it is mounted and leveled correctly, and then swap that between the different rifles. When the need arises, of course, then you just have to sight it into the different rifles you set it to. But to be able to do this, you have to make sure the scope is mounted correctly. Now that is going to bring us to the scope setter. Now the scope setter is an adjustable Picatinny rail that you can adjust the height and cant of the rail to make sure that you are mounting your scope level. You have adjustable feet on the bottom that can be adjusted up or down, and that's going to give you the desired cant in the mounting system that you're looking for. So with that, there's a slot in the front or the back to where you can mount the level to make sure that your mounting surface is true. Then you can get your scope base and set it up on the scope setter just like you would your rifle's pick rail. Now from here, you can set your scope where you want to in the rings to make sure it's going to be setting your proper eye relief for the different rifle you're using it on, and then you can go ahead and use the level to also set on top of the rifle turret and make sure that the scope is leveled that way as well. And then once that's done, you can get everything torqued and tightened down, go back and double check the level and make sure everything's good. Now, when I've tried to use scope levels on the top of rifle scope caps, it usually works out pretty well for me, especially in your higher end scopes are held to tighter tolerances. However, it is always good to go and check against a plumb line and just make sure everything, again, is going to be true and corrected, since this is going to be moving between different rifles. And as an added bonus, if you go to the manufacturer's website, inventeng.com, you can use the promo code LRScience and get free shipping on any scope setter order. So stop guessing, don't settle for less, and make sure your gear is true.